This video will demonstrate the manufacturing output available for Backdrilled Designs from within the Allegro PCB Editor. This will include backdrill data available for viewing, DRC and shape voiding, NC drill legend for backdrills, and the backdrill cross-section chart. First, let's view the backdrill data available in the design canvas. I'm going to come down here and let's zoom in on a backdrilled pin. Okay. This pin right here is the pin that's highlighted. That's the backdrill pin. First thing we can do is we can turn on the display of the backdrill information. So I can go into Setup, Design Parameters, and turn on Drill Labels. And notice then I have a label for each of my backdrilled pins. Basically it starts with the letter B, followed by Start Layer, then a dash, then a 2-layer, then the dash, then the Must Not Cut layer. You can notice on the pin down here, there's actually 2. It's being backdrilled from the top and the bottom, so you have that repeated twice. We can also look at the backdrills themselves. So back to Setup, Design Parameters. I'm going to turn off both plated through holes and backdrill holes. And if we turn on plated through holes first, you notice that that is the center pad right here. That's the standard drill. And if I turn on backdrills, we'll see that is the larger gray pad. So that's the backdrill size itself. Right, we're going to take a look at another pin. Let's take a look at what happened with the pad stacks when we backdrilled this pin. Go into Global Visibility, turn that all off. I'm going to enable Layer Select Mode. And let's take a first look at the solder mask top. If we check our numbers here, the regular solder mask should be a 56 mil pad, and the backdrilled solder mask should be a 58 mil pad. So if we do a display measure, and I'll turn everything off, we go from one edge to the other. We can see that's roughly 58 mils wide. And if we take one that isn't backdrilled, that's roughly 56 mil wide. Now let's look at a routing layer. So we'll go to the top layer. And since this is the starting layer, as though we're going from the top and bottom side both, if we look at our pad stack data, the start layer should be a 46 mil pad, otherwise it'll be a 56 mil pad. So let's do another display measure. Make sure everything's turned off my find window. So we're going to measure from this edge to this edge, and that's 46 mils. And we look at one that is not backdrilled, that is 56 mils. Let's take a look at our plane layers. We'll go to layer 2. This is not very exciting, again, because our pad stack data says these should all be 66, but we'll do a display measure on both of these just to make sure we're getting the right values. Excuse me, that should be 66 as shown. And we'll check one that isn't backdrilled, but you should be the same size of 66. One more thing we can do is see what's actually available if we do a show element on this pin. So let me do a display element. Let me go to my find window, make sure I have pins turned on. Pick on that pin. If we scroll down here to the bottom, you'll see there's all the backdrill data available. And since this one is drilled from both sides, you have one for the top layer and one from the bottom layer, where it's going to the 2-layer, the must not cut layer, and all the appropriate information for that back drilled pin. Next, let's take a look at DRCs and shape voiding when it comes to back drilling. First, I'm going to zoom into another pin. Okay, in order to make this a little bit easier, I want to make sure that the route keep out is displayed all the time. So I'm going to add the route keep out into our visibility folder over here. So I'll go into display, color visibility. On the available classes, I'm going to scroll to the right, double click on route keep out, add that there. So now we see the route keep out will also be displayed. So let me turn on layer select mode and let me look at the bottom layer. And we can see that we have route keep outs defined here on the bottom layer. If I take a look at this pin, and I scroll down the bottom, we'll say, it says down the bottom here that the back drill clearance keep out needs to be 76 mils. So let's do a display measure. And make sure there's nothing turned on my fine window. There isn't. From one edge to the other edge. And we're roughly about 75 mils. Right. Moving on, let's take a look at a routing layer, layer 8. Notice that the added route keep out, which is the yellow again, caused DRC errors with the existing trace. Yet the dynamic shape, which is the shape here, has been automatically updated to void around the keep out. Notice that the regular pad, the pink pad in the middle here, is still displayed even though it's basically back drilled. We could avoid this if you wanted to by using the dynamic pad suppression on. So let's go do that. So let's go to Setup, Cross Section. Let me go to the Physical section. You can see there's my unused pad suppression toggles. I'll turn them all on. Now I'm going to enable dynamic unused pad suppression. I'll ignore these warnings for now about dynamic shapes being out of date. DRCs are out of date. Say OK. Notice now that that pad there is gone. Now all we have is the drill. Remember, it's the outer drill. That's the back drill. The drill. This is the standard plated through hole drill. And we just want to clean things up. We would probably need to go into display status, update our shapes, and then we probably should update our DRCs just to make sure we're all clean there. Finally, let's take a look at the post-processing routines for back drilling. First, we'll take a look at the drill legend. So we'll run manufacturer NC drill legend. If you want to create a drill legend for your back drills, make sure you turn on include back drill. You say OK. Then you can place it down like you normally would. There will be many back drill legends created, so we'll go into the color menu, go to manufacturing folder, and we can just take a look at one of them, for example. They'll all be called NC backdrill -start -stop 1 and 2, for example. And you can see how it created a drill legend just for that layer pair. You can also create a cross-section chart for your back drilling. Manufacture cross-section chart. Again, make sure you turn back drill span on. You say OK. And zoom in a little bit closer here, and you can see how it created the back drill layer pairs in my cross-section chart. This concludes the video that demonstrated the manufacturing output available for Backdrilled Designs from within the Allegro PCB Editor.